Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. Last time we cleared out a dungeon, beat those sandworms, talked about sandworms, but the main thing that we did there was get, and I'm pretty sure that I got 4 of them.
Mister?
My heart. I must go back there. I must go back to Grand Trad. But, okay, accessories, please tell me that I got 4 of them. Yes, I have 4 garlic aromatics. The entire reason why I went to that dungeon early is because of this. That's gonna help me against the upcoming boss. But also, I can go ahead and report that Valmo request, so your minds are no longer plagued by giant worm monsters, good sir. Let's hope the mining industry around here isn't insanely exploitative, like a lot of mining industries are in real life. I mean, fantasy mining industries probably aren't contributing to climate change, so, like, yeah. Anyway, let's... I was about to say let's not get too political, but I mean, I'm playing Metaphor ReFantazio, a game literally about an election, so... I will just say, I'm not really an overly political person, but, I will be talking about some politics subjects in the Metaphor series because, like, it's relevant to the game. And on that note, the reason why I left that I have these nights open is because of debates. So, at the Stairstone Market, all the way up here, yeah, on certain days, candidates are here, and I expected him to be here at nighttime, not in the daytime, well, I hope he's available at night. I'm gonna save just to make sure. Can confirm he's there at night too. So, do the debate in either the day or the night, whichever one works best for your schedule, because here's the thing, there's an achievement for winning debates against every rival candidate. The candidates are only available on certain days of the week, and if you miss them that day, they'll be available the next week, I think. And if you miss them during an arc, so there are 3 candidates available in this arc, and if I play my cards right, I will be able to debate all 3 of them in this video. I believe they are only available for debates this arc. If you miss any of them before the arc is over, then you don't get the achievement. So that's why I was so adamant about keeping these nights free. While I'm here, though, I can sell a bunch of these gems from the mine. I can appraise some of these things. Oh yeah, I got a few of these from the Sandworm. Hunter's Crossbow, Damascus Cestus, and then Sancta's Mace. And while we're on the subject of weapons, I have a few things I can purify at the church. The scrap metal slab can turn into the steel slab with a whopping 200 power, but it costs graced water as well as blessed water. And the quartz maze can turn into the amethyst. This sounds like it's a Steven Universe reference. It's almost certainly not, but yeah. Increases damage against mimic-type monsters. That is actually useful for a few things we're going to be doing in this arc, so I'm going to take that. I think I actually haven't... Yeah, I definitely have enough blessed water to get both of these. And steel slab. So, the Gauntlet Runner's Pantry refreshes every day, even if you're not on the road. So, objectively speaking, you should do this every single day, but don't worry if you forget sometimes. Neuras finally fixed the water. Wow. Yeah, it gives you 100 experience, which is like nothing. So you don't really need to do that every day. Also, I was wrong about something in Maria's bio. I will correct that once I do the eventual bio compilation. Okay, yeah, we got a bunch of recipes here. A lot of recipes. Wow, that's a lot of recipes. But, yeah, you actually can't cook at town. It only works while you're on the road. It does work if you're at a base camp, but like when you're in town, it does not. But cooking is a good segue for the Hushed Honeybee Inn, because I'm specifically avoiding cooking until I rank up Maria's Bond more. And that's what I'm gonna, oh, there she is. Hi, Maria. Well, she's actually out of the inn. So, this is actually interesting. This also is amazing as well. I love the way that Neurus draws stuff, although it's literally just the game's artwork, really. It's basically like a screenshot with a slight filter. Yes, that is a giant dead thing, Maria. So, There are some websites that say you have to show Maria these in order to get certain rank ups. I believe this is not true. In fact, I trust the speedrunner Champion Beef who said that you can get Maria to rank 8 during the Matera arc. Because some of the pictures you can show her are sure as heck not in the Matera arc. They're way later in the game. So I believe showing Maria those photos, showing Maria those pictures is optional. It's just there to be nice to her. It doesn't really affect her ranks. Yeah, you can do it, like, all right now if you want. Okay, so the second option's better here.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not really a flower person in real life, but I mean, picking flowers with someone you care about sounds nice.
Huh?
Oh no, Maria encounters how crappy this city is.
Hey!
I was talking about the Hunger Games in the last part, and one of the major things in that is Peter giving a loaf of bread to Katniss instead of just throwing it to the animals.
Dear me.
Oh, she feeds the poor people and homeless people. She must be disgusting. Let's move away from her now. Both of these give the exact same amount.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments was wondering if people can actually see that, those, like, glowing magla veins whenever Will absorbs mag from people's responses. I feel like Maria, he doesn't have a house. Yeah. So yeah, that kind of thing that's mentioned in the manga, that is still canon to the game. It is always interesting when children, like innocent children, encounter this kind of thing and just seeing how they respond to it, because usually children this age, well, hopefully children this age, are untainted by a lot of the biases that, you know, teens or adults have. Interestingly, saying this is worth more than saying you have Fabienne.
Really?
I mean, I suppose she knows that she has Fabienne, whereas, yeah. I mean, we do, but thanks to teleportation, we can come back and visit. Yeah, I did notice some people in the comments wondered if, like, it would have been a solution to the teleportation problem. Also, Maria's portrait looks really tragic here. If, like, you took the followers with you. But, since a lot of them have established careers in their places of origin, it probably wouldn't work, like, for people like Brigida. And both of these give nothing.
Fine by me.
I guess we'll affirm the fact that, like, yeah, it's too dangerous to get her involved now, but maybe one day when things have calmed down, we can travel.
I'm sorry.
Maria always felt like the kind of person who would be a party member in a future time-skipped sequel, but, like, is too young for that now. And both of these are actually fine, but yeah. I agree with this. So now she's thinking of things that she can do to show her appreciation to Fabienne. Now, is this one gonna be another pronoun?
She.
It is! Okay, I had a feeling.
Now, a new.
It's a promise.
So we now have access to the Cleric archetype.
Cleric!
Cleric has very high stats for how early you can get it. And its level up learn set continues the healing and light theme of the healer. You get Hammer On, a stronger light skill, Medica, stronger multi-target healing, both half and full revival. You'd think you'd need to get to the 3rd tier healer to get Summer of Calm, but no. And the very interesting Raidine skill, which gives 10% HP regeneration for 3 turns. Not a buff I use often, but maybe it could help in some fights. You also have Godly Blessing, a passive that multiplies the effects of healing by 1.5. Remember the name of this skill though. Because Cleric has a synthesis skill with exactly the same name but a totally different effect. It revives all allies with full HP. Just like with Magic Seeker, this is a case of them mixing things up in the translation. In Japanese, these skills had different names. The passive version should have been called Godly Protection. As much as I love Metaphor, I do feel its translations of skill names and skill descriptions are a bit sloppy and could have used proofreading. Other than that, it keeps Magical Injection from Healer, and gets upgraded versions of All-Target Healing Synthesis and All-Target Light Synthesis. Though the Healer line isn't required to unlock any archetypes besides other healers, it has its uses both as your primary battle archetype and for inheritance.
Yeah.
And see you, Maria. The next rank up with her is speed cooking. I'm very eager to do that, but we still have the whole, restriction. Can't see the same person twice in a row. Speaking of which, I wish I could go and talk to Neuras. However,
Alright then.
we have to do a
Let's head there right
political
away.
debate instead. I nearly head-dessed at that thought, but it's true. Oh right, I have to also rank up more. I'll do that tomorrow, sorry, that doesn't take up time, so it doesn't really matter when I do that. But okay, so, always save before doing debates, because you want to get the right choice for the achievement. You still gain some eloquence if you do it wrong, but you get more rewards if you get it right. So, this is Loveless O'Shea. When I'm king, I'm turning half the country's cities into entertainment districts, and the spirits will flow from their casts free for all. So, the funny thing about Loveless is that a lot of the minor candidates in this game, many people seeing them think they're way too outlandish and over the top. And if you have seen the minor candidates in any kind of election ever, the next time there's an election in your area, look at the fringe candidates that are options on your ballot paper. I guarantee you, there will be some candidates even more ridiculous than the people in Metaphor. There are plenty of very weird single-issue parties, and again, I don't condone voting for any party that you haven't, researched, obviously, but, the thing about Loveless is, there are a lot of, alcohol parties are insanely common in, a lot of elections. Beer lovers parties, very, 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 very common.
Isn't this interesting? Everyone listen! I am...
Everyone listen, I am... Voice acting cuts off. When I'm king, we'll all have the budget for voice acting! None of us will ever be cut off by generic voice clips ever again. I mean, to be honest, that's not actually, a bad point, is the thing. So the main thing, I looked up some of these, frivolous political parties just to have some trivia to talk about during the debate segments, and, I found out that the Polish Beer Lovers Party actually won 16 seats in Parliament at the 1991 election. Yeah, the correct answer to this debate is alcohol won't bring equality.
Please listen.
They started out as a joke party, but upon getting elected, they actually reformed themselves into a serious party focused on environmentalism and tax reform. That's actually a common trend. There are some joke/non-serious parties out there that do end up getting elected, and with varying degrees of positive results. Yeah. The thing that I noticed about Loveless is that for all his talk about bringing equality via alcohol, he has some very pissed off looking expressions when anyone, like, defies or contradicts him, and that's a little worrying. So yeah, you actually get a bit of money for winning a debate. And we also get eloquence and imagination. Only a little bit of imagination though, but a lot of eloquence, so that's gonna move us to getting up to rank 2 there. So I'm sorry, Neuras, but we put you off for doing that. Oh yeah, you get a bit more popularity too.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now, since I can't see Maria today, and since, like, the party members aren't available to rank up until you finish the Ark's dungeon,
Tis merely time.
I'm kind of unsure about what I do with my daytime here, but I have 2 more debates I have to take care of, and I don't want to put them off. I also need to have time for that ancient tomb visit that'll take multiple days.
We ought to proceed with caution.
We ought to proceed with caution. Yes, we ought to. But as I promised, I'm gonna go and rank up more. I like the way that you just sit down and read. The idea of reading your favorite book connecting you to a realm of imagination is great. So yeah, for this one you need to rank up Merchant to 15, which I guess is the game's way of telling you that Merchant is still a pretty useful archetype. And we get more imagination from that than we did from the debate. Actually, we're getting well on our way to having rank 3 imagination.
Not only that.
Okay, speaking of the fantasy novel... Huh, you were once very much like us.
In truth.
This travelogue became the foundation of your fantasy novel.
Hey.
I mean, it's understandable, but like, yes. I guess you must have projected the what you were seeing onto a fantasy world. Though it does feel like what you've written down in that novel is very, like, there's, like, no conflict whatsoever in the world of that novel. Like, there's just kind of, like, I mean, yeah, it might engage people to think about what a perfect world could look like, but also, I don't know if that novel itself is very critically interesting because of the fact that, yeah, he's writing about a world with 0 conflict, 0 drama.
Incredible.
Just often when it comes to, like, fantasy, because something that I've actually heard recently is that fantasy is kind of a genre where you can get away with doing some really crazy stuff that you wouldn't really be able to do in a real life, like, a work set in real life. So sometimes, in order to really truly explore deeper issues in fiction, especially with fantasy, you kind of do need to stretch things and, you know, include more conflict in your stories. Like, conflict is like the foundation of, things. It reminds me of how there was a, once I saw the rating, like the classification on a children's movie, I think it was Finding Dory. It was G-rated, but it's listed very mild sense of threat.
May fortune favor your journey.
And I'm like, isn't that the bare minimum to having a story in the first place? But yeah, we're already halfway through Moore's ranks.
Now then.
That one was a pretty short one, but it does imply some things about his book.
This one's important.
So now we need to unlock a total of 15 different archetypes.
I can hardly wait.
Cat. Some people have said that the Cat Plateau's name might be a reference to Plato, who also wrote a lot of utopian works and political analysis, particularly The Republic. So yes, can't rank up Maria today, and Moore is locked out by a quest, Katarina is locked out by us not being able to currently drop a meteor on her. You know what though? I could make some progress towards an achievement. So I'm pretty sure, yes, I have rank 2 courage, which should mean that I'm guaranteed to pass this trial of courage.
Worth a try, yeah? Good, good.
I remember, like, when I first played this game, I was following a guide that actually did this a lot. I personally wouldn't focus on this very much because, like, now, because you get courage off of the bounties, and a later thing in the game gives you a ton of courage. I don't think I'd ever do this in real life. I think that's a success? Yeah, it was a success. There we go. I believe it's not until the final one of these that you get the achievement, but yeah, the first test of courage is a guaranteed pass at courage rank 2, and it's a 50% chance at rank 1. But, you know, you can just save and reload. Which I could have also done for stealing, I just realized, against those enemies. Alright, speaking of which, I forgot this one. Let's hear what you have to say now that I've already beaten those worms. Okay, place got its name. Alpha Rockworm Valmo. Yes, several of them in there. Yeah, this is where you find out that you have to defeat them all at the same time or they'll keep calling more. And they're weak to ice. There's also other critters like bugs and Flamwort. They'll try and paralyze you. Yeah, I know that all too well. Ah, that is good to know, yeah. See, again, I love the Informant so much. Like, one of the things that Chugga was saying in his Pokemon Heart Gold playthrough, anything that keeps people off the internet while playing a game is, like, good in his book. It's like, this is the kind of information you'd find in online guides, but the fact this information is, like, in the game, like, I miss the days when there were, like, in-game tips that you could get. But, okay. Now, we have our second debate. Lena Caden. Also, wait a minute. Is that a reportable request? What requests are reportable? Oh, right, Neurus. I wish I could do that, but, like, I have to do the debates. I'm not even going to save for this one, because I know exactly what the right response is. It's also interesting, I completely forgot that Lena was a Ujif until we saw Heisme. I guess because, like, you don't really see much of her after the opening ceremony of the Throne Tournament, so, yeah. But, like, yeah, she's a Ujif. It's kind of rare to see one out in public in this, kingdom. Almost feels like I want to settle this via like a gauntlet runner race rather than also your mouth is so insanely wide in your portrait. Wow. I mean, see, here's the thing. All of these candidates, they don't actually sound like they're saying things that don't sound that bad. They've clearly rehearsed these speeches. However, here's the thing. Like, in my first playthrough, I ended up saying something like this. They actually have a counter-argument for that. This is the correct answer.
Wait.
We have to exploit the fact that Lena herself is really just running to promote her business. She doesn't actually care about politics at all. Yeah. So that gets the debate in our favor. Now I feel bad because she looks like she's crying, but like, oh bugger. So this is where I want to reference, I don't want to specifically talk about this person just yet, but there is an Australian politician that I use in the biggest of air quotes imaginable because his political career lasted, I think, less than a minute. So, one of the reasons why it lasted less than a minute is because in all his time preparing, he never once thought to prepare for the question, why should people actually vote for you?
Alright.
And that sums up Lena Caden to me. So yeah, when we actually fight her in a Gauntlet Runner battle, I'll talk about that guy more because that's kind of who I compare her to. But yeah, it's somebody that I really mostly know through Australian political satire shows. But yeah, look forward to that. Well, it's not really going to be a tangent, it's going to be brief, just like that guy's political career. Okay.
That reminds me.
So yes, normally I would do a dungeon today. However, Maria's available again. And, yeah, we also have the Mausoleum to do. There's actually a fairly long deadline on that one. You don't need to do it during this arc. I might be able to fit it in. However, I have one more debate that I need to do before I can think about anything else. Oh, we have a new thing in the memorandum. What do we get? Oh, we got Lena in the memorandum. Lena Caden, a UGF candidate participating in the tournament, extremely passionate about gauntlet runners, having grown up in and around them at her family business, Caden Workshop. She has no real political stance, has only participating to generate publicity so she can rescue her family shop from dire financial straits. Oh boy. Caden Workshop products are highly regarded within the engineering community, and her custom-made runner, the GR1000 Caden Mark III, is astoundingly fast for its small size. Lena in Crossworlds when? We also have Loveless, a Parapus candidate participating in the tournament, third son of a tavern-owning family in Oceania. Having never held a steady job, the notion to enter the tournament was like a divine revelation to him. He repurposed an old cargo ship, remodeling it as his gauntlet runner, Lord O'Shea's exalted saloon. Okay, that actually does sound pretty funny. He promised to make half the capital pleasure districts and all the booze free, as a result of it, his only support being a small contingent of heavy drinkers. Yeah, I mean, you know, again, there was the Polish beer lovers party. Oh, okay, we have to actually talk to Fabienne to get this rank up. Because I noticed that she wasn't outside.
Sorry.
This might be a good time to confess that in my first playthrough, I didn't actually rank up Maria very much in the early game.
You...
It was both because I didn't like healer very much, ultimately. I do like it a lot more now than I used to. But also just the fact that, I'm really sorry, but like my first playthrough, I kind of brushed Maria off as just a Nanako clone. And I know, I made a lot of knee-jerk Persona comparisons in my first playthrough, like with Stroll and like his Awakening and Ryuji. Here your responses don't matter because Maria's not actually here. Uh-oh. But like, yeah, I'd already seen the protagonist befriends wholesome small child subplot a lot in video games, so I didn't really see anything particularly special about Maria's bond the first time I played. Like, I'm sorry if that sounds heartless, but that's how I felt the first time. I have come around to it a little bit, though I will still say I don't like this bond as much as most people in the fandom do, but, like, it is still good.
I'm sorry.
Well...
I'm sorry.
Listen.
But... by the way...
Yeah, I think you're a bit young to be doing that.
No.
Maria. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
Maria.
The idea of having abandonment issues, though, on a child like this it's definitely a good topic to explore.
Okay?
And all three of these options give 4.
Me too. That's why. It's all right.
Okay. Yeah. Mister.
And that's only the halfway point of her ranks.
It's okay. I can really stay.
So post-battle experience, and finally, I can actually start cooking. Yeah, that can happen. That's still no excuse to take it out on other people, especially not a child.
I see.
Yeah, Maria, please don't get a workaholic mentality. You don't need to, like...
Thank you.
It's not a transactional thing, you know, a parent's love. You don't have to just keep doing things to prove that you're useful so they won't abandon you. But now, tonight, finally, one more, and I will be free of debates, and I can actually do things that I want to do. Or, I got the dates wrong. Yeah, he comes on the 9th. Well, that gives me a chance to rank up Neurus.
Hello.
Yes, hello there, Neurus. Yeah, I thought I wouldn't have a chance to rank you up, but I do. So, here we go. It's kind of weird that Neurus is a nighttime bond, but it can also be done on the Gauntlet Runner, so it's a bit less of a priority to do this in town if we have other options.
Ta-da!
Yeah, some of those weird dark red crystal things almost looks like Zacharias' cast in Hades. Oh.
Eureka!
Yep, it's happened. It's happened. He's hyperfixating again.
Thank you.
10 heroes instances, not bad. Either of these give you the same amount of points. And, as always, by points I mean nag.
Goodness.
Lamentation of the Underworld. I mean, that definitely sounds weird.
Rather.
But I almost wonder if you kind of take after him now. If we collect all of the magical Neurus MacGuffins, we shall... wait, did he say there was 7 of them? Is Neurus gonna go super after collecting all of the Chaos Emeralds? That would be amazing. Yes, they supported an ancient civilization and generated limitless power. They really are Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm definitely motivated right now. Another way of saying that is I'm really feeling it, which is going to be relevant soon.
Whoa.
Yeah, one person's junk is another one's treasure. Gallica, I don't think you want to know. Huh.
However,
That suddenly, yes, that definitely, this is very neurodivergent coded, so you got distracted. Oh, that actually does give you the most points. That's amazing.
thank you.
Honestly, I kind of aspire to be like this guy when I get older. I mean, probably not as crazy, though.
We're in this journey together, what?
That's gonna help against those Elementers, and that's gonna help on getting Gunner onto Heisme. I knew I was right to refrain from doing that until now.
Speaking of... Right.
Yeah, so we've got a clue to the next thing, but like this actually leads me to say
This one's important.
something that I really love about Metaphor is the fact that, unlike in Persona, every single thing that you can possibly do in your day or nighttime time slot, like daily life, it always gives you a tangible gameplay benefit. I don't know if you guys have noticed looking at my Bond bios, but every single rank up gives you something. That's not even true of Persona 5. So I kind of hate the fact that I can't rank up any bonds today, but I am kind of close to getting Imagination up to rank 3, and I might as well do this. Because I don't think there's much else I could really do at night, besides the debate.
Oh.
Okay, I really hope this isn't a racist story, but let's hear it anyway. We will be the judge of that.
Long, long ago.
The gift arrived in a faraway village. It was a box, and inside this box were 8 delicious-looking loaves of bread. 8 people gathered around, belonging to a different tribe. Again, please don't let this be a story by the Ukrainian establishment about how racism is good.
After that,
I guess this does kind of fit into the tribal stereotypes that we know about so far. Oh, that is interesting, yeah. Knowing that they're on the right side, but also just thinking, you know, it's best not to bother.
and then oh dear.
Okay, well, I get the feeling that I might not even be hearing the end of this story until way later in the game, because I have better things to do with my time. But we have 3 imagination now.
Imagination. Why that?
Well then.
But the real reason why I didn't go to a dungeon today was because I really need to... I really need to go, and... it is finally time to debate Shulk.
Freedom, I say!
Oh, yeah?
Oh my, how interesting.
Oh my, how interesting! It's Adam Howden! I do like that they, like, a lot of the more prolific voice actors in this cast, they gave more minor roles, and let, like, the less known ones be the main characters.
Are you tired of being oppressed?
Hearing Shulk say that is, I mean, admittedly, it's kind of fitting given the themes of Xenoblade 1, but still.
Freedom, I say!
I can only imagine what Adam Howden was like in the booth, where it's like, okay, you just need to go in there and just shout some things about freedom and stuff. Like, on the one hand, yes, it sucks that, like, poor people get to lose their money. On the other hand, we should probably just tax the rich more. I think that would solve a lot of people's problems. Because, like, yeah, here's the thing. On my first playthrough, I chose either of these. I think I actually reloaded and picked both of the wrong options before I found the right one, which is actually this one. Because, like, I actually thought only the rich win that way. Like, that's what I would have said, personally. Or this. But these two, because these two both seem to be kind of saying the same thing, but according to most guides, this is the one that gives,
Please listen.
this is the one that wins the debate.
What?
Because, yeah, it actually opens up people in the audience to figure out the flaws in his argument.
Well, look at you.
Well, look at you. I suppose my blade did not cut deep enough. And so, yeah, we've now won 3 debates. We've won debates against everyone available in the Matira arc.
Now then.
Is that rank 3 eloquence? 2 eloquence. It is. So we end things for this part as a spirited, informed, open-minded, articulate visionary.
Eloquence.
Not a bad thing to be, honestly.
Why that's...
I'll, of course, talk a lot more about how I feel about Roger once we get to his Gauntlet Runner battle later on. I hope that I do get to it, because that was one that I missed in my first playthrough. But now that politics are well and truly over, well, I mean, aside from the fact that the ruler of this town is literally feeding people to monsters, that will be going in there to stop that. So next time, we'll be actually doing the main story dungeon of Matera. So see you all then.